Hey babes, it's Wishing Well Wednesday over on our Facebook page. If you're not already a member of our group, go over and join. All I need is for you to agree to the group rules, and I need to see a profile that looks like you're real. But I just wanted to get on here and actually maybe introduce myself a little bit better. I have a computer with some notes, so if you see me looking over here, I'm just checking and making sure I hit all my marks. But who the heck am I? Why should you look at my face and listen to my voice and join our community? I'm gonna start with kind of the boring stuff. Like, some people need to know someone's accolades and their pieces of paper that say that they're able to speak on a certain subject. So I have several degrees. One degree is in criminal justice with a concentration in psychology and sociology. I really studied on what makes people tick, and especially when their ticker is malfunctioning, not just to the point of being criminally minded, but every time that ticker is off a little bit, I have the training to be like, oh, okay, we have something we need to work with here. I also have a degree in muscular therapy, which is basically massage therapy with a much higher concentration of physiology and anatomy. And I took that into more of a professional athlete setting. Now I still had moms and pops and some kids. I had a Olympic trial gymnastic teenager with back issues that was really interesting, and all the way up to NFL players. And no, I don't name names, I don't kiss and tell. But after getting very sick and having to shut my business down and then restarting it, and then having a very hard and pretty terrible pregnancy and first 6 months of my son's life being just traumatic, I also had to shut my business down again. So I'm not a third time's a charm kind of girl when it comes to that. I just decided to leave that behind. In the background, I have done some other things. Like, I've had some human resource experience. I was really good at hiring and interviewing, probably because of the psychology training. But I have always cleaned, organized, and sold stuff for like 25 years or more. It's always been a good side hustle for me, and every time I cleaned or organized, people would purge stuff through me, and it just, with their permission, I would sell it, find new homes for it, make a little extra money, whatever. Let's see, random stuff. I have a fitness instructor's certificate. I'm like halfway through a yoga instructor's one, but I don't know that I'm gonna do that. That's kind of sitting there waiting to decide if that's right for me. I also have been a professional writer and photographer. I think that eventually these videos are going to be pretty amazing. For right now, I don't know what I'm doing. So, but I do have that experience, and last year I actually wrote a book. That was super exciting, but I didn't have the bandwidth to promote it, and I had some issues with small town stuff here. I live in a really interesting place. Sorry for the baby crying in the background. This is a co-working space, so. Alright, so anyway, that's my resume. I have done coaching in the past, mostly personal development and business coaching. I'm doing that again. I actually have a practice client just because it's been a long time. So if that's something you're interested in, I will definitely be offering that soon. But let's get into the wishing well stuff. So on Wednesdays on our Facebook page, we're gonna have Wishing Well Wednesdays. And I wanted to speak to this one a little bit more because it's really important to have dreams, and it's important to have goals that feel big, but still realistic. And so one of the big ones for me and my husband is we want to buy a little bit of property, doesn't have to be huge, with certain aspects, and we want to drop a huge shed down and have a shop house. we've run into some issues with that, with building material prices and availability of land for a reasonable price, and making some decisions in our not so long ago life financially that were not beneficial for us. So that dream has felt a little bit unreachable, and I just want to help all of you write down something that feels big, but not like, I want to be a millionaire in a year. I'm not saying that couldn't happen. I'm just saying, like, let's start with something that feels like it could happen if you put your mind to it. So my husband and I have a 3 to 5 year goal of having that happen. So I want you to put that goal down on a piece of paper. And I want you to work backwards. Not what can I do today to make it happen. I want you to think about, when you're at that point, what has happened in your life or in your finances that has made that possible. So, like, I have a certain number written down that we need in our savings to have a down payment be cash. I have the breakdown from there backwards. I have 3 years to start saving, and broke it down that way so that we know how much money each month we need to put away for the next 3 years to make that happen. If you work backwards from the thing that you really want, you're actually kind of living in that this is already happening mindset, and you're manifesting it. I find a lot of people do the goals from, okay, I need to start here and work up. That works too, but it kind of feels a little more daunting. So I encourage you to work backwards and live in the I'm already there mindset, and then tumble your way back down to today. I'm going to get into this more later, but that's just like a little hack that I use for the big stuff. But please come join us over at Bundle Babes on Facebook. It's just called Bundle Babes. And if you need to find me to get there, or you need to get in touch with me, I'm going to put like all the links in the comments. Figure out how to do that. I'm really new to this. But my name's Jazmin Henkel, Henkel. And you can find me on Facebook too. I hope that was helpful. This one was a little bit longer, but I just felt like you needed to actually know who I am before you start taking any of my advice. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a tax attorney, I'm not like any of the things. I'm just a girl who's lived a pretty experiential life, and I hope to pass some of the wisdom on to you. Have a great day.